So while I was off at school, my dad got involved with the founding of the Contra Costa County Sheriff Search and Rescue Team. And he was an active member of the team for 38 years. And he also oversaw a group of youth. He kind of talked me into helping him with the youth as an associate advisor. And then I went out on a search with that group and got hooked. And so I joined the team as a full member, continued to help my father, but I got more and more involved, took classes, started managing searches, started teaching search management. And the more I got involved with it and the more I started seeing people, the thing that's about search and rescue, especially because 90% or more, maybe as much as 95% of those that I work with are all volunteers, and they're all passionate about it, and that is very infectious. Especially when you're teaching, because people are asking questions, and you see people that are out there, and it's pouring buckets, and it's miserable, but they're still out there looking for that lost kid that if we don't find them, who knows what could happen. So it's that kind of passion that you see with everybody that I've been associated with. If you'd asked me 35 plus years ago this is what I was going to do or where I would be, I wouldn't have been able to tell you that, but it just kind of happened, and it's been fun, and I enjoy it so much. It's just I can't, I get excited about it. I'm trying to sit still here because I usually get more animated. Natalie was a member of the team, and she got an offer to come work part-time here. She said, "Don't you work for Swinerton?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "So tell me about it." So I did, and she's been here, I forget how many years now. And John and Chris, they joined on their own. I don't think neither one of them knew that I was part of the team until, they joined the team, and I'm teaching part of the academy, and they're going like, "Where do I know you from?"
I actually showed up for my interview. They do an orientation where they say, okay, this is what the scope of work is. This is not a run-of-the-mill hobby. This is a commitment to something bigger than you. And so I said, okay, and I went. I put my background check in, did all of the paperwork. And then I went to the interview, and Natalie was there. She saw my Swinerton shirt that I was wearing and said, "Hey, you work for Swinerton?" "Yeah, I do." "Well, I work for Swinerton, and do you know Chris Young?" "No, I don't." And by the way, and then again, now there's 4 of us. So that was kind of a neat connection for me. I didn't know anybody from Swinerton was there.
I was part of Chris Teerlink's interview board, and he didn't know I worked for Swinerton at the time. And there's a question we asked about safety, and he answered it so perfectly. And I understand his role at the company, and at the time I didn't know, but he answered it in such a way that I felt so proud of Swinerton. I'm like, yep, that's us. So it's really neat. I see him at work, and I see him at the trainings, and it's like a special group that we have.
Yeah, it's really cool, and especially cool when new coworkers join. Natalie, I work closely with Natalie upstairs, and it's also nice to have that support network at work where there's other people you work with that kind of have similar values, and they want to be a part of their community. I think it's awesome.
And in Concord, when I pop in for meetings, you'll see Natalie or John, and hey, how's it going? And they've been through the program that I am, working my way through. Hey, have you done this yet? Have you done that yet?
The beauty of Swinerton, the love of Swinerton is that everybody, it's a family. You feel like a family here, and everybody's concerned about what you're doing or interested in what you're doing.
For me, it's great, and then I see them at searches and trainings, and hey, how's it going? So it becomes this family within a family.
Search and rescue, there's there's the parts of it. There's the search part of it, which is, okay, how do we manage that? Where do we go look? And then there's the rescue part. Once we find them, then how do we get them back to civilization or wherever we find them, or back to their loved ones? There are some incidents that are hard. Certainly, when we're out looking for people, our hope is that we find them alive and well and return them to their loved ones, but there are times when we don't find them as we would like.
I also like the idea that we could help a family, and after joining the team, actually seeing that happen has been huge. That will keep you on the team forever.
Finding a missing subject and bringing them home, especially kids, it's hard to describe unless you've been there. And the thing that's really neat to watch is that there's the team that actually physically found them, there's the people that are managing it, and there's everybody else. And everybody else celebrates.
When we find our subject that's been missing, it's a huge sigh of relief, because the loved ones are there waiting and trying to hear from us, and we have our command staff that speaks with them, and then again the sigh of relief goes out, everybody feels good about it, and then you feel like you've accomplished something, that even though my little sector of the world that I searched came up with nothing, someone else found something that led to finding this person. And we've had a couple of stories that we've heard from the staff where they found someone, and the relief of the parents or the relief of the family is just humongous.
Everybody gets the feeling they were part of the find. Yeah, it's really cool to be the ones that actually make the find and get to carry them out or whatever needs to be done. But everybody participates in that, and that's the adrenaline and the emotion that keeps people going. And I can't tell you how many of those have been on that it's really cool.
It makes me feel very proud of our team. We work really hard sometimes. We had a campaign search in San Ramon, and a woman had gone walking away, and 4 days, and we found her. And I remember the moment I heard that we found her, because my thought was, this can't be a happy find. And she's alive, she's well, she's talking, and that feeling of, oh my God, she's okay, to be able to help a family like that and to see their faces when they find out that their loved one is safe.
I was tickled when I heard that Swinerton was saying, okay, if you volunteer some time and you put in X number of hours and turn in your hours, that Swinerton will match that with X dollars per hour. And I thought that was really cool. That goes back to how Swinerton has always supported the community.
The amount of hours we put in to search and rescue, we can put into the foundation program, and they'll match, $20 or something per hour, up to a certain amount for any organization you want to donate to, and I donate mine back to search and rescue. So for a program like search and rescue, where the budget is really lean, having that support from Swinerton is awesome. It's actually a huge impact to the program. With this program, I mean, you can give a whole lot.
Last year, I volunteered over 100 hours. There have been years that I've done over 200 hours.
I average around 1,000, plus or minus. Some years it's in the 800s, some years it's a little over 1,000.
It's a big time commitment. It's a lot of work.
Search and rescue is something that as much as you give, you're going to get back, if not more. The time you give, the experience you have, the understanding that you have of how this community works and how we all stand up for each other.
It's made me a better person. It's made me realize that I needed to step up a lot. And it's made me a better professional. And it's made me use my time wisely, because I can't always do both. I've
done a lot of volunteer for probably my whole life. And a lot of it's been, soup kitchens and things like that, where you're out there, you're helping the community, but you kind of go and you show up and then you leave, and then you're done with it, and it doesn't stay with you. The experience kind of stays with you, but you don't learn a whole lot. You can't carry anything to the next volunteer activity. Where I think with search and rescue, I mean, you're constantly learning new things, you're constantly honing your skills. They're perishable skills that you have to keep practicing and bringing them back. And every time I go through a training that I felt like I've done before, I'm learning something new. And I think that's what excites me about the search and rescue.
Maybe you didn't serve in the military, maybe you counseled out on a career in law enforcement or fire for whatever reason, and this is something you can do to give back to your community in a smaller way that means something. One of the veterans out of our company challenged me to do that. Right before he deployed to the Middle East, he's there now, it's Jim Halloran. And he asked me, he said, why don't you just do something local? And it turned out to be the right thing for me. So I can live my comfortable life here at home and still do something pretty important.
If you have some commitment and you want to be out there, helping people, I think this is a huge opportunity for people to impact their community directly and be a part of a very trained team and have that support out there where you can go out there and really make an impact to people.
That same amount of training comes into how we treat our guys on the job site. You know, not only quality, not only safety, not only you know, whatever it is we do, what else are we looking outside the box to cover? And that's what they teach us in search and rescue, is what's the bigger picture, what's the situational awareness. So it kind of makes you just more effective in your regular job.
When I joined the team as a full member, I've taught first aid every year for the last 36, 37 years now. So knowing that the information I gave those people and making them practice, making them work at it, and then hearing that they saved somebody's life, you know, I can't tell you what that feeling's like. It's like, cool, I made a difference.
So I wasn't always in safety. I used to be a superintendent for 12 years, and then I came in and have been safety recently. And when you help someone understand and see the bigger picture, it makes you feel good about what our role at Swinerton is and what we do. And then that same physical connection or that emotional connection when you go and you help someone who didn't mean to get lost or who didn't mean to go further than they normally do, and you see them, you know, they're thankful that you have some kind of an ability to bring them back. It makes all the, you know, the nights and all the trainings mean something to you. At least it does to me. There's
nothing more rewarding. There really isn't. Being able to see a family reunited is so impactful. And everyone on the team feels it. We all process it differently, but we all feel it when a family is reunited. It's something that you can't get anywhere else, and it's very powerful.
It's the satisfaction of giving back to the community and giving back to, you know, others. You know, the motto is we do this so others may live, is pretty universal.